Reed is hot, literally. With her release, I became emboldened by the flame of ambition, so I attempted to clear this event lore accurately. My reasoning for this was because, well, Reed is hot, and that the other available operators are strong while maintaining difficulty due to there only being a low amount of operators available. I think. I don't know. I didn't read the story. So now, I will venture into the lands between... I meant Ireland. Wait, I meant Tara to claim the Elda Niblana and bring down the Firelight Order. Like every event, first stage is so easy that you'd have to be blind, deaf, and dead to fail the stage. The hardest part of this stage was trying to not worry that my PC would explode with how much it was dropping frames. But it is a pretty stage, so we let it slide. This stage introduces the central gimmick of the event, that of the reviving soldiers whose souls you need to kill to actually put them down. While that would be easy enough, some sick fuck degenerate decided the souls would be invisible, making them much harder to deal with. Now, this stage is easy, but those invisible souls will prove more annoying later. Also, that's crabby boys. A rather straightforward map with two sides to worry about. This stage introduces the bane of my existence, the map-wide targeting mortar dudes. Paired with slow movement and even slower movement in the mud, they become annoying enemies I unfortunately can't nuke out of existence with a third and blue operator. Stage was rather easy despite my lackluster replacement. Another easy map where they introduce an enemy that reveals camouflage. Surprisingly an easy type to deal with in these story stages. Rather tanky though, and I'm sure I'll have no fun when I tackle them in the EX stages. This stage, while easy, I had a little more thought put into it since I had to use Harmony to slow the top side so I would not get overwhelmed at the choke point. Another W for the smug cat. This is the first stage where we get casters introduced as well as the second bane of my existence, the fire mechanic. While not any trouble in this stage, it will soon become my biggest enemy. This is also the stage where I start to notice how useful Harmony's slow is going to be in this event. But what matters most is that I get my 5th deploy operator from this stage, the one and only Puzzle. FC6, my beloved. This is the first time I failed the stage due to not noticing the fire that was right in front of the blue box, resulting in my poor team burning to death within the first 30 seconds. I somehow did worse the second time around, and failed again, and then failed one more time for good measure. This is my first instance of coping. I started to look for other operators that would be affiliated with Reed, and I came up short and returned to the stage to try again, and failed some more until finally... Okay, you're not quick enough to kill. I just noticed there's only one tile in the beginning. I noticed and failed again because look at that bagpipe placement. Who said that was a good... So I tried again and did the same exact mistake. But this time was different. With a quicker bagpipe redeploy and a nice dose of Reed S2 and Harmony slow, we were able to complete the stage. FC7, a funny map to be sure. My first attempt unsurprisingly ended in failure due to me not noticing my operator limit and linking the first big chungus. By my 4th attempt, I started putting Puzzle right side to hold, and this is where Harmony Slow shows its worth by letting Puzzle be able to solo hold that lane. But I still failed since Bagpipe can't live on the left side without healing. On my successful attempt, I used Reed S3 to damage the initial big chunguses to allow Bagpipe to hold onto her skill to take out both the chungus and Fire Sword dude. Using Reed S3 to quickly heal her after so she can survive the second wave of big chunguses. Coupled that with Chen surviving with only 47 HP to kill the one on the right side, ending with a pretty tight clear with the final enemy dying slowly by fire and Reed's arts. In total, those 7 stages took me about 40 minutes. FC8 however, took me 3 days. While this stage is fairly easy if you have the options to use true damage and more than one healer, but for me, I don't have those choices. While Reed is hot, unfortunately, the twin sister is hotter. So hot that my first 20 minutes of attempts never got the twin to the second phase. This ends with me coping and thinking that E2 puzzle would solve all of my problems. It didn't. With an E2 puzzle of my own, I decided to start bringing Vanguard Reed since, well, they are the same person, so it should be okay, right? While it did not let me clear the stage, it did open more options for me to work with. So the problems. First, the long range mortars do too much damage, so Bagpipe can't solo hold left lane and needs Reed to assist her. Second, when she phases and sets the stage on fire, the operators on the Blana explode and Reed slowly dies to the fire since she can't out-heal it. As well as needing to redeploy regular Reed and pulls on the left side to hold so Bagpipe and Chen can DPS the twin, so redeployment times are rather tight. On the positive side of things, Harmony shows her use with her slow to allow Van Reed to solo hold the lane. But alas, after 2 hours I called it quits, deciding to wait till some masteries were done, as well as E2ing Harmony. Day 2 rolls around, so I hit the drawing board. Looking at the route and timings, I decided I should try stopping Charizard X on this tile so I can redeploy Reed on the stone where she won't die a slow burning death. Those plans are thwarted, even with Harmony slowing at the start to try to give me some more time, since Backbite dies if I retreat Reed too early, and if it's too late, I can't redeploy Reed, and my operators perish before she can heal them. So back to the drawing board, full of copium, looking for the answers with my zero sanity brain. So with my cope, I fell into drastic measures, so I decided to read the story. And that's where I found my solution. This is your spoiler warning. Turns out, all this is an illusion, and it's not actually happening. So since it's an illusion, a crazy thing happened. Illusions and figments of my imagination appeared. An old gold uncle, a true damaged radiant knight, an immortal redhead, a blue woman, a mafia version, and more appeared on the battlefield to help my deluded self. Those illusions damaging the twin sister down. With past and present Reed working together, she takes down her sister, keeping this all technically lore accurate. With that, the mission is complete. Reed steps out of her sister's shadow, having completed her character growth. Unlike me, she decided to face adversity in front of her and not run away. And that is how I cleared FC8. With that, my journey to find the Elden Iblana ends in failure. It turns out I am indeed maidenless. I'm not a niche gamer or even a high-risk gamer, but this little imposed challenge was super fun, and really made me appreciate those who do play niches to a big brain level. I'll attempt this challenge as well for EX stages on stream next week, so if you want to come watch me mauled, be my guest. Let me know what you thought about this event and story overall. Thank you for watching this video. I greatly appreciate you stopping by, and if you enjoyed it, consider liking and subscribing if you want to see more lore accurate clears for future events. I'll see you guys in the next one.